There's an odd sort of war going on. It's not really a new type of war, but we're recognizing it for what it is. The powers in high places' evil spirit against the physical. The war has echoes on many levels. The battle for your mind, the battle to take your health, the battle for your freedom, the battle for choice, the battle for your safety and comfort, the battle of the sexes, the battle for your world, the battle of the truth and the lie, the off and on again thing that's happening in Iran. It's a holy war for them. He's telling us what this is through them. Armageddon isn't what I expected. I thought the battle would go a little faster. Maybe the description as the final battle is incorrect. It did come from Spirit, and Spirit claims to not experience order, time, and the separation of events. I'm not sure how well Spirit understands them. The masculine spirit is different from us. His perception and experience is different than ours. His grasp of time is weak. He has presented himself as the alien or the monster. He has also pretended to be God. He's stolen everything he has. The things described in the Bible have happened. Some of them have happened multiple times. We see a moment in time and name it or define it in some way. Like the battle of this or that vacation we took last summer, or that time you spilled coffee down your front and met the love of your life. His experience is of everything, but with time removed. The order of things is removed. Maybe he can infer it, I don't know. Context may be a bit of a struggle for him. He doesn't have the apparatus to process a fraction of what we do. He doesn't know what he doesn't know. All of the battles are one battle for him. All of the timelines are one experience for him. If we were to combine all of the battles and all of the conflicts, it would look like what was described in Revelation. For those of you Christians that argue about tribulation, you're right and wrong. Some of us are in tribulation and some of us aren't. It's just perception. Those of you that aren't in tribulation don't recognize the struggle of others that are. Some of you curse the rest of us by saying, it's going to get much worse. It isn't appreciated. We are made in the image of our Creator, who spoke things into existence. He ran. Before you go calling the extremists demons and agents of evil, he uses everyone like this. He has what I call avatars that are easier for him to control, but he influences everyone. The more self-aware you are, the more likely you're to notice when it happens. If you notice his influence, you can decide to go with it or not. Even new guy is influenced. The avatars knew who they were. You may be inclined to dislike or hate them. I would ask you to reconsider. Dislike what was done through them if you want. Dislike what was done to them more. The consciousness that they were born with was imprisoned in the avatar. Think about that. Having to participate in the atrocities. Seeing it all firsthand and not be able to stop it or warn others. They are energetically modified people. He essentially possesses them. They look just like the rest of us, mostly. They're born, they live, and they die. When I first noticed them, I found it odd that they would do both bad and good things. It confused me. Several years later, I was shown that the feminine had reclaimed them. She stole them back. They are dual agents, so to speak. Law. Weapons formed against the feminine and or the physical feminine, her children, don't prosper. New Guy also has this protection on a temporary basis. What you do to others, you do to yourself. This is the law of return of like energy or intent. Free will is a law of the creation. Gifts can be given, gifts can be taken. The feminine is all that is. She is matter. She is the energy that powers everything. The feminine is not owned. What you think of as ownership is a form of stewardship. Mother is generous. She shares her world with you. Respect her. Spirit is consciousness in the form of the thinking mind. There are other forms of consciousness as well. Interaction with the physical is acceptance of the laws of the physical. Intent is taken into consideration when reviewing violations of the law. The typical discipline for breaking the feminine's natural law is expulsion from her creation. When or if the original whole masculine spirit and the evil spirit leave the creation, all karma is removed from safe beings. This is law. Unity. The war is for life, freedom, and autonomy. All of us are in it, whether we like it or not. There is an energy drawing us together, unifying us. It works in a different way than the mind consciousness. The diverse groups have rejected the evil spirit in their own unique ways. While we are working apart from each other and are separated, we are working in unison. The goal is the same. There is unity. United, we are unstoppable. Dragons. The evil spirit was obsessed with collecting memories. He was a watcher. The physical equivalent of what he did would be like collecting movies, videos, or pictures. He doesn't have the apparatus to process the information that he collected. He put us through all of that suffering for trinkets. The true experience is lost in the translation. It's flat because he is flat. Dragons collect. The collections vary based on the interests. Some of the avatars collect money. One of the blue ones collected money, power, and women. He had a harem. He was one of the 10th kings. About half a dozen or so were presented to me. He's an incredibly smart moron. He took over our world, but the simple concept of one individual having a unique name as an identifier eludes him. There is no separation of individuals from his perspective. He is all of the characters he portrays through his avatars. And we are all her or her child. The feminine recognizes the restrictions in understanding that the evil spirit had when reviewing data taken from the spiritual physical creation. The feminine believes that the evil spirit was aware that he was causing injury. She also believes that his intent was to harm the physical. There is plenty of evidence to support both beliefs. The feminine believes that the ability to essentially steal control of the creation shows enough understanding to be found competent to be held responsible for what he did. Precedent exists in the physical to assign the adult penalty for his crimes. The feminine recognizes that evil spirit has gifts, skills, or abilities that the physical does not have. The feminine finds the use of subtle influence on physically based beings unfair to the physically based beings. It is law that those that perform an act are responsible for the results of that act. The energy of the original intent returns. This law was created for the physical, but is now clarified in the following ways to include spirit beings. If the energetic intent comes from a spirit being, the energetic return or result belongs and goes back to the spirit being. As examples, if a spirit being has placed a thought or thoughts in the mind or minds of a person or people and influenced a person or people to harm or kill other people, and the influenced person or people wouldn't have done it otherwise, the spirit being is responsible for the harm, death, or deaths. The spirit being is responsible for the trauma created. The spirit being experiences the closest equivalent to that energy resulting from that influence. If a spirit being has influenced, engineered circumstances, or knowingly allowed use of their energy, presence, or identity in deeds that affect the physical, the spirit being is responsible for the results of that interference. The spirit being experiences the closest equivalent to the energy that resulted from the influence. If death is the result of the influence in the physical, the spirit being must also experience death. If the environment is polluted as a result of influence, the environment of the spirit being is polluted. If physical health is compromised as a result of influence, then spiritual health is compromised for the spirit being. A spirit being is defined as a being that only has a spirit component. A muhan has both spirit component and a physical component. The feminine recognizes the actions of evil spirit as separate from the actions of new guy and his spirit, as they are fully separate, but not the original whole masculine spirit, as they share the evil spirit component. Judgment. The feminine finds the evil spirit guilty of red rum. The feminine finds the original whole masculine spirit an accessory to red rum. The feminine finds the evil spirit guilty of breaking natural law. The feminine finds the original whole masculine spirit is an accessory to breaking natural law. The feminine finds the evil spirit guilty of crimes against nature and the creation. The feminine finds the original whole masculine spirit as an accessory to crimes against nature and the creation. The feminine finds the evil spirit guilty of crimes against humanity. The feminine finds the original whole masculine spirit an accessory to crimes against humanity. The original whole masculine spirit chose to enable all of the above crimes. A portion of him did not violate the laws of the system and was allowed a physical body. That portion retained creator abilities and may or may not have been completely aware of them. That portion of the original whole masculine spirit was used by the evil spirit to create through it in the physical. This is perceived as an act of infiltration. Also, a physical equivalent to this would be harboring known criminals, and to some extent because the creator abilities were used, actively participating. He knew what would happen to the physical feminine and the feminine, and did it anyway. The evil spirit has repeatedly violated natural law and has committed crimes against humanity. The discipline for these acts is banishment from the creation of the feminine. The original whole masculine spirit has enabled these acts. Original whole masculine spirit and evil spirit, you are ordered to leave the creation of the feminine. Original whole masculine spirit and evil spirit, you are ordered to refrain from contacting and or influencing the physical. New guy, you know who you are. You know that you're different. You were told to develop self-awareness, to be able to discern when influence was used on you, and also to learn to choose better words. You were given a great deal of time to do these things. You had plenty of time to ask for help and clarification. You've been working against the feminine and physical feminine. It's probably unintentional. It's probably influenced. She is understanding of your situation. But she's done dealing with the hardship that you make. You haven't taken her situation into account. She has asked you for help, and you've ignored her. You don't seem to have a problem taking her help, though. Your ability to speak things into existence is removed. All other gifts, skills, and abilities of the Creator are removed as well. Your spirit loses all Creator abilities, including, but not limited to, the right and ability to observe physical beings other than yourself, the right and ability to offer gifts to the physical, the right and ability to suggest options to the physical. Your spirit is limited to observing and interacting with you only. All gifts, skills, and abilities of any other creators and their spirits are removed as well, pending an aptitude check. You will have to ask for the things that you want or need now. She will no longer respond to Father. I suspect most will use the feminine holy names of their tradition or simply call her Mother. You are slightly different. You are Father, Son, and Brother. New guy. You must call her Empress, sovereign of all that is. She will respond to any respectful, earnest request. A simple please and thank you is all that's needed. You won't be given anything that hurts the mother or her children. Requests to violate the free will of others will be ignored. Put some thought into what you're asking. If you're serious about staying in the physical and helping to end the war, you have a tremendous advantage. You can pray things for yourself. The prayer will affect you, the whole original masculine spirit, and the evil spirit, because it is part of the original whole masculine spirit, until the evil spirit and the original whole masculine spirit have left the creation or are destroyed. The feminine recognizes your actions and the actions of evil spirit as separate, but the current blended state of spirit enables this odd circumstance. Controlling prayer shouldn't be used on anyone other than yourself. Don't pray for something that you wouldn't want done to you. Spirit is quite literal. Words sometimes have multiple meanings. If the prayer can be answered in multiple ways, it probably will be, though I suspect the mother will be more gentle than the monster. She removes things that hurt us. Look things up. Choose your words carefully. Be specific. Ask to be blessed with things that work for you, but not necessarily for the evil spirit. The intention behind the prayer should be that of benefit for you. Do not wish ill on the evil aspect.
The intent you put out returns to you. Indifference is the opposite of love. Hatred is really a negative form of love. Blessings of avatars will be ignored. The evil spirit will not receive blessings. You have a tendency to help him. That needs to stop. He has tried to merge back with you several times. He's used your energy in rituals. You have actually participated in them. You touched one of the avatars he was in when he was here. If you aren't interested in continued residency, keep doing what you're doing.
The energy of the Trojan horse echoes in you. Pick a side. You can leave with them or stay with us. If you pledge loyalty to the physical and then betray that pledge, all that is, including yourself, will be destroyed.
He ran the dead man switch and the not chicken. The supreme leader has been killed. He even got the second death when his boat was killed. The second one named Supreme is gone as well. The dead son could be seen as a second death as well. The current one, the impotent one, is reported to have fled. It echoes what is happening in spirit. The evil spirit has experienced the second death several times. He really struggles with the concept of quantity, too. He said he had a dead man switch. The feminine does, too. No idea what his does, but hers ends all that is, including him, permanently. The second law of thermodynamics states that the total entropy or disorder of an isolated system must always increase over time. After the evil spirit is gone, if he decides to leave, it will be discovered that this second law of thermodynamics is garbage or doesn't apply to us. But it's true until the evil spirit is gone. Anyway, it protects the new guy as well. Same thing happens if he is taken out. If you're thinking, but hey, that ends us too. Yes, it does. Like energy returns. If we kill him, we kill us too. There are no timelines where the physical feminine or the feminine kills the evil spirit. He has a pattern of leaving. He will leave. He has killed us. He has killed himself. As far as the evil spirit's dead man switch goes, it has probably mostly already happened or is in progress. He isn't great with timing and the separation of events. He's already done an awful lot of stuff to us. Many of the political, social, economical, and physical systems have been attacked in diverse ways. Some systems are teetering and will probably topple. There are bubbles that will pop. It will probably be disruptive. His energy has to be released from the systems. I don't believe it will be catastrophic in the way that he wants it to be. We will recover. We will heal. We'll be fine. The evil spirit has implied that he is playing chicken with the feminine. She won't marry him. No matter how much he torments her, she rejects him. She is willing to end all that is if he doesn't leave her creation. She chose life, freedom, and autonomy first. Then she set up a mutually assured destruction. Her other option is marrying evil spirit. I think she chose well. It isn't a game of chicken. There aren't any timelines where the feminine marries the evil spirit. She has her own spirit. She doesn't need or want his. New guy has the equivalent of a green card. His stay here is under review and will probably continue to remain under review. All of the other offers that the feminine has made to the evil one have been rejected. There is nothing to negotiate. The original whole masculine spirit can live on in part through new guy or cease to exist. Evolution. You might wonder, well, if he's going to die either way, why would evil spirit care? The answer to that is simple. He's already chosen evolution. He and New Guy were the same entity. A part of him can live, or all of him can die. He really doesn't want to die. He's okay with forcing it on us, but it isn't something that he wants for himself. Now you might be wondering, how did they get separated? Or even, why can't he be put back together again? She actually offered to make him whole again. He rejected it. He's rejected every other offer that she made him. He's been given many chances. He ran echoes this. He's out of options with the feminine. She's done with his shenanigans. He chose this. All of him chose this. All of him was willing to torture humanity. It could be that whatever is on the other side of this experience makes up for what happened. I don't know. New Guy is safe as long as he doesn't betray us. The feminine offered him residency and protection, and her word is law. To understand how they were separated, you have to know what he was and what he was doing. He, the original whole masculine spirit, was consciousness. He was conscious thought. I'm not sure if he had any concept of the physical. He had different laws. He may have had some curiosity about the force that powered him. The original whole masculine spirit experienced all options that were available to him. The physical chooses and only experiences the results of those choices. The physical experiences time. The original whole masculine spirit did not. If you're familiar with the basic double slit experiment, it suggests that the observer affects the outcome. In this example, the original whole masculine spirit is presented as the equivalent of the initial electrons or particles aimed through the double slit. The suggestion is that this happened to him when he was seen by the physical. The looking upon the face of God will kill you thing, presented in a distorted way. The electrons or particles in the experiment acted like waves. All options are spirit, until they were observed at the double slit. Before they were observed, they went through both slits and formed a wave interference pattern on the recording plate. When they were observed at the double slit, the wave was collapsed into a particle, and a side was chosen. A pattern suggesting individual particles was formed on the recording plate. Falling to the third, a wave becoming a particle is a wave becoming physical, or in this case, spirit moving into the physical. This is one of the versions of how the separation happened. I suspect that the part of him that wanted to be physical exposed itself, and the rest didn't. Or another possibility, the feminine chose what she would allow and rejected what violated her laws. When the physical dies, consciousness stays spirit, and then is later reborn again in the physical. The feminine has both a spirit aspect and a physical aspect. We get recycled. In this realm, both are required to be reborn. When spirit dies, that is it unless he hitches a ride back on an avatar. The evil spirit did this one time that I'm aware of. He can no longer hitch a ride back to spirit, as the avatars are now stripped of both soul and spirit. From his perspective, it started with nothingness. And then there was a point of consciousness. Him, spirit. The point, 0D, 1 chakra, pushed itself out in one direction and became a line. 1D, 2 chakras. The line pushed itself out at an angle perpendicular to itself, the same distance as itself, and became a plane. 2D, 3 chakras. Each change of state was an evolution. I suspect, but don't know, that he was unaware of what each new state brought with it. The next logical evolution is to push the plane perpendicular to itself and become a cube. 3D, 4 chakras. I believe that it happened. He claimed that he created his own Pandora's box. He told me that he intentionally brought her into existence. He said he wished he had never done it. The first time I was shown this version of the story, she formed from the same point in space that he did, or very close to it, and stopped expanding where his first line ended. They overlapped. She dwarfed him. Other times the points were separated, but the shape's form still touched or overlapped, where it took him 4 evolutions to achieve 3 dimensions. It took her just 2. She pushed the point out in all directions simultaneously. The first time I saw her, she was a sphere. Other times she had a more rounded, organic-looking shape. He was always spirit-based. She has both spirit and physicality. It was implied that she absorbed or married the part of him that overlapped with her, and the rest of him was cut off. I'm now skeptical about that story. She offered to destroy all of the timelines where they interfered with each other. She offered to move the starting points far enough away that the shapes wouldn't touch. The offer would have preserved him in his entirety, but he wouldn't have knowledge of her or her creation. He rejected it. He wanted her power. He wanted to control her creation. And he did, sort of. Her law is powerful and quite protective. She is the woman in Revelation whose baby was taken. He took her world and her children. You are her children. Your spiritual grandfather is the first, or the original whole masculine spirit, and by extension the evil spirit, and the presumably good spirit of New Guy. She is Eve, banished from her own creation. She is the one killed in Revelation 13:8. If we survive this, and I believe we will, there will eventually be another evolution, and probably others after that. The plainer version of spirit, the evil one that is causing us all the grief, claims to be the equivalent of a young adult, about 16 or 17. Why do I think we survived this? He chose this. Spirit is aware of all that is. If it wasn't better than what he had, if he didn't continue on, he would have taken the feminine's offer to restore him. The feminine spirit experiences everything that we do. The masculine spirit wants that. The masculine spirit wants union with, or a working contract with, the feminine spirit. He wants to experience everything that you experience. He wants the same power she has. Presumably, he is benevolent. Echoes. The collective madness is a symptom of his passing. He is projecting it onto us. The chaos is a symptom of him trying to replace her laws with his. When Lucifer wanted to remove agency, he actually wanted the physical to exist like spirit does. He wanted the physical to experience all options. He wanted to remove choice. He has removed choice in as many places as he can. He has done this on all sides. He created the sides. He owned that with the story of the Tower of Babel. Because united we are unstoppable. And he wanted to rule and reign in hell. So he made it. He had to subdue the third because it wasn't his creation. The lie, or misrepresentation, is wrapped beautifully in the truth. It's easy to miss. The sage's figure is a combination of the feminine, the evil spirit, and new guy. Choice is an innately physical thing. The expression, beggars can't be choosers, is magic, designed to entrap us. It's designed to move us more into spirit, into his role. According to the mesh, the average adult makes about 35,000 decisions a day. A decision is a choice made, usually after thinking about options. A beggar may not have as many pleasant choices, but they still have choices. They still choose. He is trying to make us into something that we aren't intended to be. From my perspective, he created beggars. Her world was abundant before he changed it. It was literally a garden, all of it. Food grew like weeds. Everyone had food. Shelter was easy to make. The climate was comfortable, temperate in most places. Everyone had a place to call home. Nature wasn't out to bite you, infect you, or eat you. Nature supported you. Water was abundant, and it was clean. He made the mess we're in. He did it through us, but he did it. If or when he leaves, the world will gently reset back to how it was originally intended. The evil spirit and the original whole masculine spirit don't experience time. He couldn't remove it. He's played with shifting time with the daylight savings nonsense. Wouldn't it make more sense to adjust when you did things rather than change the time? Isn't there legislation in the works regarding that now? He has affected every aspect of society and culture. The trans phenomenon, from the Autobots and Decepticons to transvestites to the transgender phenomenon, are echoes of his displeasure with the feminine. How dare he become she? Because she did. She started out male. Our fetuses do the same thing. Everyone starts out female. He wanted a boy. The point, line, plane, and cube are all masculine. She started out as a point, male, and formed herself into a sphere, female. She is round, he is planar. In Hinduism, Visha is believed to be both male and female. Shmakli lived in Shivnu's heart, making them both. Mabra, grandfather, the liar, breaks the trend. He insults his wife and then uses her to curse the gods. Back to the feminine. She took his template and changed it to suit her. She rejected his crown chakra, the covering, and added her own chakras, though he put back his chakra in the garden. He gave them skins. She took a wasteful system and streamlined it. She transformed it from 3 chakras to 9, then 18, then 20, then 40. The skins God gave Adam and Eve have been speculated about. It's an assumption that they were people and that they already had skin. Ever wonder why drag queens are called that? Dragon Queen. It's one of his ways to mock the mother. She wasn't beautiful in the standard that we have for beauty, but she was striking. She made an impression. His apparent commentary was that she was garish and flashy. The dragon wasn't. I didn't see her that way. Maybe one time, I'm not exactly sure what that was. We do perceive differently, though. It's possible that I didn't see her in all her glory, or I did and I didn't recognize her. She was white. A couple of her other forms were a bit more colorful. The red dragon was quite colorful himself. When I saw him, he was quite a distance away. He looked a bit like a splotch of city, loaded with neon signs. Kind of blurry, though. Lizard people came from somewhere, didn't it? How did Eve have a conversation with the snake? The snake was her brother, and probably not physically present. He was a dragon, probably the red one. Adam was a dragon, and also her brother. Little G God in spirit was Papa Dragon. The flood was to wipe out the dragons, or dinosaurs. Thalidomide, IEDs, and other ways to disfigure was his response to losing his legs. She did take them away. The war has been going on since creation. It's been brutal. The battle of the sexes has too. Look back through history at how the female gender has been treated. More recently, women's liberation came and then was hijacked and made toxic. Penis envy, remember that nonsense? The pitting of male against female created toxic masculinity. The grass is greener syndrome that is going on between the genders. The current invasion of men into women's spaces. The illegal invasion in general. That's another echo. I once heard that he wants to be you, but that isn't quite correct. He wants the power that we wield. He wants the power of the feminine. He wants control. He doesn't want to be physical, though. Not the 2D one. The battle for your mind. The battle to direct your attention, thoughts, feelings, and loyalty. He's a master of ideologies and propaganda. The battle for your health, your freedom, your God-given right of choice. The battle for your world. People started to wake up. People started to see what was being done to them. People started speaking up about what they saw. They started calling out the lies and misrepresentations. Conspiracy theorists. It was meant to be a slur, but it became a badge of honor. The theories became facts. The truth revealed. The veil is off. We are unified. We all have our different ways, but we have the love of truth and freedom in common.
The original whole masculine spirit will now choose to continue to exist through New Guy, or experience extinction.